Hey guys, it's around 9 in the morning right now. I have to be at work at 12, but I said I was going to post some videos for today, but I wanted to do a video for today, specifically kind of taking a serious moment, actually talking to y'all, and I know y'all women watch my channel, a lot of college women watch my channel, so I want to be brutally honest and give some words of wisdom for a lot of other people, because this case has really just shook me to my core, and we need to talk about it. And what we're going to talk about is the Alexis Crawford case. So this is still continuously developing. As of right now, her killers are in custody, and the cause of death has already been declared. So the backstory on this is that earlier this week, Alexis Crawford, a sophomore at Clark Atlanta University, which is about an hour in Atlanta, was about an hour from where I'm at, she was reported missing. And, you know, this was during the whole week where everyone was literally so many occurrences of sex trafficking in the city alone. A lot of girls were turned up missing. A lot of girls were being found. A couple were found alive, thankfully, but they had been tortured at that point. And then some we were still missing. There are multiple reports going around. So when we heard the Alexis Crawford report, a lot of us thought that she could possibly be a victim of this. But on Friday, it was announced not only did they find her body, unfortunately deceased, but the actual culprits were her roommate and the roommate's boyfriend. Now, the backstory on that is that Alexis is this girl, who I will not name her name, out of respect for the family. They were roommates. The boyfriend basically was sexually harassing Alexis. She reported him to campus authorities. They did nothing. And because of the harassment report, he goes ahead and kills her. The girlfriend gets involved. He involves the girlfriend in this for some reason after she reported him. After basically saying, hey, your boyfriend did this to me, which he probably done to other women. But then you're going to side with the man. Help to kill this girl who had nothing wrong to do. Basically taking her life for no reason. All because of an ancient dude. I'm saying it right now. They find the body on Friday. Literally, everything just like blew up on Friday because literally I was at work when all this came out. So basically what had happened was that the girlfriend basically threw the boyfriend under the bus, and she had fled to Chicago after confessing. But they were able to catch her yesterday. And basically, there were screenshots of her Instagram, basically her trying to play the innocent person and try to put it on the boyfriend. But they ended up charging her because she was involved. The cause of death was declared as asphyxiation, so she was suffocated or choked. And we don't know what else they did to her during that time. I knew it was going to be possibly asphyxiation or stabbing. That's how a lot of these domestic murders happen. But honestly, I hope they throw the book at them. I hope they charge them, because this innocent girl lost her life. And also, I gotta look at the roommate in this case, because you ruined your own life. Instead of listening to your roommate, you followed the man because of his wants and needs. And there's three things we can learn from this. There's three things. One, we gotta know who people are. We gotta know the kind of people we go around with. There's a reason why I have a small number of female friends in my circle, because through my past 4 years of college, I'm 22 now, I'm in my 5th year, I've shuffle through friends because I found out what kind of people they are. I mean, I can tell you guys a number of instances where I was put in situations because I couldn't trust the person involved. There was one situation where we went to a party. We were both drinking. She put me in a car with two random people to take me home. Thankfully, nothing happened because all they did was walk me to my door, and I was still coherent, but they walked me to the door where my actual roommate was able to take me inside. They're like, okay, thank you very much for taking her back. And the next day I talked to them and said, thank you for taking me back. You know, I was drunk. Do you know what happened to the other girl? And they told me that the friend I was with basically spent the night at the house we were at, and basically she had a hookup. Instead of taking me home, instead of the no girl left behind thing we did, she decided, to put me in a random car with two dudes that neither of us knew, who thankfully had, humanity, and decided, hey, we're just going to drop this girl, take her home, and decided to go hook up with a random guy. And that really was, mind you, I was in denial about that friendship all the time, and I had to work for that a lot, and I'm no longer friends with that person. But that's a situation where you need to know the kind of people you're friends with and what people really aren't your friends. And when you look at the two pictures, you can see how the roommate probably had that pick-me mentality. Because she's probably asking, oh, why are you doing it with her? That was probably her thinking. And she probably thought that the roommate wanted him, which was not the case. Second of all, we gotta stop the pick-me mentality. We gotta stop thinking about basically how we have to do everything for men to want us. This is not what you do. If this guy was a real man, he would have never put his hands on her. He would have never convinced the girl to basically commit a felony, and this girl would be alive. Third thing, also to add on to that, no man is worth sacrificing your life and your freedom. That was supposed to be the thing I was supposed to say. Number 3, listen to victims when they come forward. This case is the exact reason why women don't come forward with sexual harassment or assault. Because the authorities, and even campus authorities, do not listen and don't put effort into going forward with it. Because I'm going to be so honest, my campus, there's been times they've been throwing stuff under the rug. They throw stuff under the rug because they don't want to be in the news. There's been 2 reported so far since I got here, and I can tell you there's a lot more that they're trying to hide under. Now it's just a whole mess, but that's for another video. Authorities need to take these reports seriously. When they do report, they take it seriously. And whenever people say, oh, why didn't you report it earlier? This is why. People don't believe them, and or they're scared for their life. This is the reason why. And this shook me because I had to deal with a whole situation where this was a while ago, where one of my roommates had a boyfriend, really creeper dude. Literally, we just had a discussion and we were able to work the whole thing out. I was scared of the fact because he would be in the random times of the day. Thankfully, there was one man with some common sense to talk rather than just have action. This also goes into the fact that we got to be careful who we choose. We need to be careful. And this honestly just breaks my heart. I pray for her family. I pray for her friends. I pray for Clark Atlanta campus. This is just probably something that this is really going to stay with them for a long time. This is really going to make a lot of girls think, and a lot of people really think about all the things that I said previously. So if you are someone who is in that situation, know that you don't have to be. No, you don't have to be. If you are afraid or scared, go to someone you can trust. And if you don't feel safe, have a safe place to go to, whether it be a family house, a friend's house, anywhere. Because this girl did not deserve to lose her life. This girl did not deserve to lose her life. And if you're in a situation of domestic violence, or in a situation where you're in an unsafe environment in your living space, you can personally DM me on Instagram. I don't know if I want to put my number out there, but you can email me. I'm going to put in the comments down below. You can DM me on Instagram, message me, and we can have a talk. And if there's something that we can try to do, then we can. Honestly, this is something that should never have happened and does not deserve to happen to anyone else.